to talk for a little bit about the changes in our brains as we age. And I think that for many people, especially if you've known somebody who's had cognitive changes linked to dementia, whether that's Alzheimer's type or vascular dementia, or maybe even early onset dementia, if you've experienced living with somebody who has short-term memory loss and who struggles to find words, forgets the people that are close to them, forgets how to use tools and implements, then if when you hit your middle age you start to struggle with word finding and you forget people's names, and you might be like me and had a wonderful memory for a very long time. I had the most amazing memory for facts and figures. If I read something, I knew it. It was just there in my brain. And when that started to change through menopause, because my mother had dementia and her father had dementia, and I think, people are very, very frightened of cognitive change when they know someone who's had dementia. So when those things started to happen to me, and my children would say, Mum, what's happening? And we all thought that was the beginning, I'm heading down the path of cognitive decline, and that's on the cards for me as well. This is in my mid-40s. This is menopause. And what actually is happening is that our brains don't stay the same. I worked for an organisation where I taught people who were worried about their memories and worried about their brains how to feel confident that the changes that were happening was not dementia, and how to recognise the difference between dementia and dementia-related memory loss compared to what's happening to us in our middle age. And so I would really like to reassure you that word finding, forgetting people's names, forgetting things on your list, forgetting your list in the first place when you go to the supermarket, walking through a door and forgetting why you came into that room. All these things, there's reasonable explanations for what's happening in your brain, and none of it has anything to do with cognitive decline related to dementia. And it all has a lot to do with how our brains develop as we get older. So in our younger years, our brains, what keeps us alive, what keeps the species going and keeps us alive as a human, is being able to recognize very quickly what will kill us and what won't, what's dangerous and what isn't, and to be able to categorize things really fast. So a young person's brain is adept and masterful at knowing facts and recognizing friend or foe, enemy. It will kill you. This is safe. When our fertile years are over and our body's changing, the brain's also going through changes. And what's now important for the continuation of the species is to have older, wiser brains there in the community that understand higher level things. You've still got young people surviving and knowing what will kill them and what won't, and facts and figures and people's names, etc. Now you need brains that understand how to solve problems, not to sweat the small things, that have experienced lots of things in their lives and know that this isn't such a big deal after all, it's no big drama. That kind of calm influence. And by the way, after menopause, when hormone roller coaster is not happening, the calm, capable side of us is just available. Those strengths, those capabilities, that capacity for not sweating the small stuff, knowing what's really important, knowing how to handle a crisis. It's treasure for us and for our communities and for our families. And we don't always recognize that that's what we've got. We are painstakingly aware of what we've lost. We've lost that clever capability of knowing people's names straight away, of knowing why we came to the shops today for the 5 things that we didn't need to write down because we've got them in our mind. So now we need to make lists. Now we need to remember to take our lists with us. Now we need to use some strategies so our brain power is being utilized for what it's really strong at. And I hope that's given you something to ponder on for yourself, and maybe given you a little bit of ease in your thinking about what's happening for you if you feel that you're going through some cognitive changes and you worry about dementia. Now, I have some funny stories to tell you about this, and some of them were my experience and some of them were my spot. So, there's no need to feel any shame. It's great to have a laugh about this. I've got a younger friend who's late 40s, so starting perimenopause, and she works from home, and she also has a busy side hustle where she's a musician, and often on the weekends she's very busy as well with gigs and things going on. So this morning, she got up, she had her breakfast, she was in her pajamas, she was kind of lazing around, she was scrolling through things on her phone, she was enjoying the morning. She lives with her aunt, and her aunt got up, had a shower, got dressed and had breakfast and headed off for work, and my friend said bye, have a good day, and still didn't twig until close to lunchtime when she was scrolling through her phone that actually it was a Monday and she should have been at work. So she forgot to go to work. When she shared that story, I think she felt, although we were able to laugh about it, I think she felt some worry about what was happening for her, that she just would not remember what day of the week it was. But lots of similar stories to that. I have lots of them. I wonder if you've got any that you can share. I'll share some more at a later date, but comment about what you think is going on, stories that you can share of what you might have forgotten. Tell me about it.